The screenshot, Alycia, Bollinger, and I were obviously the trip was planned. Bollinger, I was aware of what was going on. I just didn't want them on, you know, which is pathetic for a couple of drunks. If she didn't get what you wanted right when you wanted it. My apologies. So one of the issues is trying to manage the internet. How much data do I have? How much can I use? So I'm going to get myself some food. Hopefully I don't get messed with. I don't believe I should. Fuck it. I'm going to go to Center Market. Those folks were always nice to me. I was thinking about just going down and getting something to drink, but I'm hungry too. Hey, Miss Lori, hey, I got a question for you.
I might have an answer.
You know I record, right?
Of course.
And you know I speak up about the abuse and harassment and stuff.
Oh, of course.
So you remember when the Safeway employees were telling me to go inside? I do have that recorded offline. I just didn't put it online, and I have to dig for it now.
I think so. I don't know. I think I do.
All right.
But I'm not sure.
Well, I got the note that you wrote still,
Yeah.
Because that was the day after I got the protection order served on Molnez, and the courts gave him my safe phone number.
Mm-hmm.
So when Martinez was out there, I'm still trying to turn him in. They put me in jail for 15 months. And then they dropped the charges because it was bogus.
Of course. They just wanted you to chill out for a bit, right?
Yes, ma'am. Well, as soon as I find that, I'll post that up just because it's more fluid and more natural.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't blame you. Have a good day, bud.
You too, Miss Lori. I know there's a lot of folks who, I don't know, I got my head in another space. If that makes any sense to y'all. I came to this channel to, well, first of all, to make sure that I'm safe while I'm walking. Second of all, to show that this has been going on for a lot longer than people want to believe. Just make up whatever you want. Tim Beeson claimed he saved every word between between Natalie and I. Well, that's not true. That's absolutely not true. Same thing with Alycia Bollinger. But you know who did show every word? Me. Every fucking word. Every goddamn word. I posted up all of our messages. Matter of fact, that's one of the things right after Natalie disappeared. We found out all that shit. Well, I posted up every single message between myself and Natalie Bollinger on Facebook. I also did so later on when I finally got that flip phone back from Kenneth Wilson and Leah Plunkett. So I guess I got to go back to Lori just because now that I talked to her and didn't ask her all the questions I should have live because I already got them recorded and I was going to explain the story going to Virginia. There was 2 trips to Virginia. A lot of you probably don't know that. The first trip to Virginia, I had gotten that car. It was a Honda Civic hatchback. Got it from David Nelson and Laura Nelson. And it had a issue where the steering wheel came loose from the rest of it. It's just a little pole with some tines that go into a pipe that's got some tines on the inside and they intermatch. So it got worn down and I don't know what he repaired it with, probably super glue. whatever it was, it broke into powder eventually while I was in Virginia. Now, the first trip, I made it part of the way to Virginia, and then my car broke down. So a fella on a flatbed truck gave me a ride from some shithole rest stop in Missouri that was real pretty. So I guess I shouldn't call it a shithole, especially when I got help, and it was real pretty. The guy put my car on a flatbed because he was heading west, and he was fine with it. He didn't charge me a penny. He dropped me off at Lucy's outside of Sedgwick, Colorado with my car, and Roy Jepson come and helped me out and got my car back to Chapel, Nebraska. He died too. So that was the first trip. But while I was at that rest stop in Missouri, Jamie Curtis, not the famous lady, this is just somebody with the same name. Jamie Curtis got a hold of me to let me know that, sorry, lots of traffic. She needed a hero. That was well before Natalie was killed. And so when I got my vehicle fixed, I did let Natalie know, and I asked her if it was okay. So I went back and rescued Jamie and the boy. You know, I didn't want Natalie fucking killing herself. But I also didn't want Jamie and the boy in whatever fucked up situation they were in. And it turned out to be a lot worse than I thought it was. I can say this about the situation. Somebody put hands on my favorite person. Somebody with a position of trust and a position of power. James Payton is a lucky man. I've got his story recorded. I've got Jamie's story recorded. They're not the only ones. James Payton is a horrible excuse for a human being. A lot of people are that talk nice. Something about doing them drugs does it to them. There's a lot of people that want to pretend like they're okay. Oh yeah, it's okay that I'm all fucked up in the head because I'm not on heroin. I'm on doctor prescribed opiates. Yeah, you're acting the same way though. That's what you don't get. You're acting the exact same way. Natalie and Alycia Bollinger were drug addicts. It's to help drug addicts. When I go see all these drug addict programs that are supposed to help drug addicts, there's lots of things that do help drug addicts, but not this. This doesn't help them. What this does is spend literally billions of dollars across the country to incarcerate people. That's it. We've also criminalized homelessness since the Civil War. We've criminalized poverty. God knows when that started, right? We've criminalized mental illness. This is disgusting. John Smith typed the car they were throwing rocks at? No, sir. The car that I got from David and Laura Nelson in Chapel, Nebraska, I got that in 2016 when I went back to repair. My back was pretty screwed up, so I had to find a safe place. Unfortunately, I had to deal with Candace Bondurant and some other folks that later didn't come forward about the situations. But that was all the way back in 2016 before I went to Virginia. I was staying with Candace Bondurant while I worked at Subway, and then I had some health issues and had to go to the hospital, and of course had to take a break. and I got fired for not going to work, even though they knew it was a medical situation. That was also around the same time that Natalie and Alycia Bollinger were wanting to meet with me in Colorado. Natalie, Alycia, and Maddie Boa. But none of the three had their phones on. And even though Brenda Dickinson helped me to get a ride to go see them, since they were a no-call, no-show, and I had a doctor's appointment in Julesburg, Colorado, to have my heart checked out, I couldn't stay very long, so I turned around and went back and got my heart checked out. It was an appointment. They put some. They said it was some radioactive dye. Don't need much more explanation than that. It sounded cool, so I was okay with it. Then they wanted me to do this machine thingy, and then a treadmill, and then back to the machine thingy. That was because Natalie wasn't going to get on the airplane to Virginia unless I went to go see her. Well, when she missed it, not my fault, that's when she was letting me know that she would, if she decided to stay in Virginia, she was going to need me to come visit. And by that point, her and Alycia and Maddie apparently had already decided that they were going to try to surprise me with a trip to Virginia, and that Maddie can't keep a secret. So, John Smith typed, I hear and see a lot of bullies on here. There are a lot of bullies on here. I'm one of them. I don't like being bullied. I don't like seeing other people bullied, especially if they're disabled, especially if they're children. Somebody got to stick up for the vulnerable. We're not allowed to stick up for ourselves. That's the way it is, right? Anyway, let's get back to the trip to Virginia, the first one when I turned around and rescued Jamie from James. She was bruised. Like I've seen bruising like that on a woman before when she's fall off the scaffolding. So James is a big man. He likes his steroids, but steroids are legal. He got them from the doctor, so it's okay. And then he decided it's okay to beat on women and children, and that I'm not okay with. Especially if one of them children is my favorite person on the entire goddamn planet. I'm sick of these sickos threatening to kill my friends and family, and I tried to let these mothers of these children know what was going on, but they were too busy with their own incessant drama and bullshit. I'm right back. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. I'm not pause this, but hit the mute button. Is my volume working now? My camera is certainly not working. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can't. I guess I should probably turn this off while